Glad.
Hi guys, this is Joe. What we're going to start with is the Dragonflite 95, and this is the first part of the build. I told you I'm going to give you a very thorough instructional video from start to finish, okay? So we're going to start off with the build of the stand, okay? And we have all the stand parts out right here that are required. Next after that, put the keel bulb underneath and put the keel together, and this is going to be in this video. And then we're going to do the rudder, okay? We're going to hook up the rudder to the hull. What we have out, you're going to need a 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench. You're going to need a Sharpie, some Q-tips, some Vaseline because it's for corrosion, and we have all the nuts and screws and everything, all the other little parts, as we'll explain as we go through the video. They ask for you want to follow in the instructions step by step on everything, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is build the stand. So we have the, we're going to take some of our screws that I have, and we're going to put them in there, and you got to get this little nut, and we have to put it in there, hold it on. Holds nice and soft. So we're going to do that same thing for the next part, and to build the other side of the stand. Okay, we got these all together. These are the main parts of the stand. Next thing is very simple. And over there. And it just stands like that. We take these little rubber cushions. I'm such a perfectionist about everything. I always sit there and everything is this or that. So that's our stand. The next thing is, we'll put this off to the side, is we're going to attach the keel and the keel bulb to the bottom of the hole. But there's a couple of things we have to do here first. Let's get some Vaseline. This is for corrosion, because this is going in water, whether you're doing salt water or fresh water or anything. You want to use Vaseline. That helps with corrosion. You're going to get these two little doodads here, all right? And they are going to go into there, and I'll show you here in a second. You have your keel boots. We're going to take some Vaseline, and we're going to rub it inside the keel bulb, okay, the keel bulb area there. This is where we attach. This is the carbon fiber keel. These here are going to go in there, okay? And they gotta pop in. But what we want to do is, there is a hole there and there on that part there, and on this needs to line up this hole. So is we take our Sharpie, and we want to make sure that we put a little mark where the hole is. Right there, and there. Because when we put it in there, we want to make sure that hole lines up with the hole on the keel. First, we're going to take our keel boots, and they go together like that. Sort of just like that, and there's a hole down that part there, and we want to slide them in to the keel, just like that. Very nice, fits right in there. I'm going to put a little Vaseline. They say put it on the that silver piece there, but I'm just going to sit there and wiggle around inside the hole here, and I'm going to pop this in this area right there, making sure that the hole is lined up, and now it's in there. And then we're going to take your keel bulb, put it down in there. See how it slid in there? You got these two big long screws. So let's make sure this gets lined up properly. Hopefully goes in there, and we get it lined up there. Tighten that up. Now this is a steel screw into a steel fitting, a hole, so we can tighten that up pretty tight. We don't have to sit there and worry about stripping it. It's not plastic and plastic, so we got it nice and tight there. There we go. That's our keel, right like that. Step number 7, slide the top of the keel into the hole of the ship. And we bring that here, and we go into the bottom. What I want to do is I want to put a little Vaseline there, because this is for corrosion. Like I said, this is going to water, and these things will corrode. So let's put a little in there. Slide that, make sure that hole is nice and lined up. And that looks pretty good. Hopefully we get it in there. Slide this into the bottom of the hole of the ship. Boom. And in the top of the ship, we have a hole for the screw. And where is the other one? Right here. They say put some on there. So that went in there, and I think I might have made a mistake. So let's back it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, we're going to back this up a little bit. All right. There is a part. This actually goes on to. This is the little part right here. This is a little. There's like a underneath the screw, and there's another little hole, and it's supposed to face to the back aft of the boat. So just let you know that, okay? That has to go in there. Like I said, it doesn't show you how to sit there. It doesn't say anything in the instructions, but like I said, I seen it in a video. So, and I'm not exactly sure for what it is, and we'll find out maybe down the road when I continue on. So let's do that. So now we got that in. Fantastic. We are starting to look like a boat here, aren't we? Next thing is, we're talking about the rudder assembly. You got your rudder. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble the rudder. We're going to put the rudder on the back of the boat. I put some Vaseline on the tip here, also for corrosion. And we have our rudder assembly piece right here. What I did first is up here at the servo, I loosened that up, so this piece will be a little bit looser, and we're not going to tighten up this area up here on the servo until we turn the boat on and it settles in so everything gets straight. Push up our rudder into the bottom of the hole, sharp end out. This is also a nice piece of carbon fiber, so that's holding in there. Put in the piece that's going to hold in the rudder. We want to push that down and make sure it's all the way in there. Let's get there. You can see it's sitting through the top slightly there. And we also want to make sure that lines up nicely there. The from the push rod lines up to that hole. And we'll put this through here. Push the rudder up as far as you could go. Push the piece that holds on the rudder. Tighten that up, and let's not tighten up too tight. We'll just sit there and hold it. That way the rudder stays on there. As you see right there. We're not going to sit there and tighten up this part off the servo. We're just going to pull this back and line that up into, there's a hole there. We're just going to put that in there. Now, we don't push it through too far, just a hair. And we'll just eyeball it. We'll just eyeball this right here, okay? Like you see, just slightly so it holds on. But we're going to do some adjustments once we get the boat all assembled, lining up just like, you know, when you're doing your plane and or whatever it is, your trims and everything. So we're just going to sit there and eyeball it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We push in the push rod, and we're going to just put in that screw there. Like I said, we're not going to sit there and tighten up that servo bolt, because when we turn it on, it's going to settle, and then we have to make maybe some adjustments here to make sure the rudder is straight. So this is pretty much how we assemble the rudder. We'll tighten these up precisionally once we get the boat all fired up and pretty much you just want to eyeball it. So far so good. It's looking good. We're looking like a boat here, guys. So the next thing is, on the next video, we're gonna be talking about the main sail rigging. Now this part here is a little tricky. I'm not good with knots, and that's gonna be the next video. That's in, this is part 1 of the assembly, and the next is going to be the main sail rigging, putting the mast on and everything whatsoever. It's a precision boat, and I think you're all gonna like it and want to get one off of, I'll put the links and everything whatsoever. I got it from Dragonflite95.com. Excellent, excellent, excellent boat. Let's sit there and take a gorgeous look at it. Got the keel on. That was the assembly there. Got the rudder there. Looking great. Hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned. Part 2 of the next assembly is coming up. Thank you. Joe Man out.